Hi guys, it's Mariana here from Mindfield Design, coming all the way from Cape Town, South Africa. For those of you that don't know me, I've got a business called Mindfield Design, and we specialize in websites, brand strategy, marketing, logos, corporate identity, magazines, and event material, which obviously is not going to do well at the moment. But I come from a background of design, many years of design. So I've decided to do these Facebook Lives every morning at 9 for the let's say for the next 7 days. Firstly, because video and live is actually the future. So if you are a business owner, you should also look into doing that. Especially now that we are locked in our houses, we're no longer actually able to meet up with clients, have that face-to-face contact. And it's so important to actually keep the connection and keep the one-on-one in some way. So I'm trying this out. I just want to mention that since this is my third live, but let's be honest, I'm a complete rookie in it. So you actually could just tune in for these lives for the comic relief, because trust me, things are going to go wrong. You are going to hear my dogs barking. You are probably going to hear my children screaming in the background, and several other things might go wrong. But I would love for you to join me in the morning. So today I want to speak about websites, what to look for in your website, how to improve it, to actually reach your clients in the environment we are in at the moment. Most of us are in lockdown. Some of us are able to sell online, others are not. If you are in South Africa, we actually have very limited online sales, only of essential items at the moment. Hopefully that will change soon. In other parts of the world, you are probably able to sell online. But I'm going to speak to you about a few things to look at and consider in your website that you might not have thought about, or that is something that could enhance your website so that you can have more sales once you are able to sell, and little tips and tricks. The other thing I wanted to say is I'm using a system. You're probably going to see the logo here at the bottom called eCam Live, and they are pulling in the comments, any comments in for me. But if you are commenting on the Facebook group, because it's a closed group, I won't be able to see your name or your image, and I won't be able to display that either. So if you're commenting from the Facebook group, there is a way to go and give them permission to do that, but who's going to do that? So maybe just add your name before your comment, saying, it's so-and-so commenting from this company, and then give your comment or your question. Then I know who I'm speaking to. If you are watching from YouTube, I'm trying to connect that. I'm not sure if it's going to be live today on YouTube, but you'll be able to watch the replay on YouTube. I don't think you'll need to put your name in front of it, but that's also not a bad idea to just say who you are, from which company. Then also other people viewing and listening later would know the context that I'm speaking in. So I really, really am happy to have you all here. I'd love to hear where you're from and what your company is about, so that I can also tailor my comments to that. So in this time when we are in lockdown, I also want to just say that it's a good plan to not only get in this whole mindset of, oh my goodness, my business can't operate, it's complete panic, but also my advice is actually start looking outside. How can I help my community? How can I help my clients in this time, whether it be for money or not? Because we're all in the same boat. Some of us, and especially the poor, are actually impacted in a much greater way. Yes, we're struggling to pay our staff. Yes, we don't have cash flow and we have other issues, but there's people out there that actually don't have food at the moment. So I am helping some NGOs with their marketing that actually feed the poor. So if you are in any way able to donate or have anything to contribute, please contact me or comment here, and I can give you some advice. In the in Cape Town and in the South African area, I have quite a few NGOs in different fields that you could help. So that's also something that Mindfield does, is we believe in doing business for good. I'm going to share my screen quickly. Before I do that, yes. Okay, so what Mindfield believes in is doing business ethically and with excellence. So business for good intentionally, because we're not an island. So doing business with kindness, integrity, being socially responsible. So it also comes back to your purpose. Why are you in business? And to be honest, you cannot just be in business to make money anymore. Though let's say that time has gone. You have to also think about how you're impacting the world around you, even if it's just the community or just your clients themselves. How are you impacting them positively? Let me get back there. So that's all I want to say on that. We are all going through a difficult time. That's also why I wanted to open this live stream to hear from my clients if they have any advice or questions that I could help with. Because in the end, we're going to get through this together, I feel. So then, if I'm looking at websites, I have had to install quite a few pop-ups on websites saying we closed, or how are they operating at the moment, or new online consultations, or classes that now are being done, which is great. So this is for the short term. Now we need to, when people get to your website, there should be either a banner or a pop-up, which you can set to only actually happen once, or exit, or there's different settings to that. And it will depend on the platform that your website is on. If it's on WordPress, there's plugins to put in there. If you have a different kind of HTML website, we'll have to look at how to implement that. But it's a good idea to off the bat actually tell people either, are you still operating? What is your hours? How are you operating? What is the safety things that you've put in place for your staff and for the customers? If it's a product, a physical product, if it is a service that you can do online, or you've moved your service from brick and mortar or from face to face to an online service, it's good to be clear and upfront with that, because clients don't want to be browsing all your products and selecting products, and then when they pay they realize, oopsie, we can't actually, nobody's going to deliver this to me before the lockdown is over. So websites like Take-A-Lot that have some products that they're allowed to sell and others not, have actually now limited that you are not able to buy the products that they can't sell, obviously. But there are maybe smaller companies that are they haven't done that. So people are happily even purchasing things, and then they get a call and say, sorry, we can't deliver now. So that we want to avoid, because that customer might actually still be happy to pay for stuff now, but then you need to still be upfront about it. The other thing that I think you need to look at is, how are people able to contact you and give more than one option? People are different. Some people prefer to call you, or some people don't want to be called, and they don't want you to call, they don't want to call you. They want to email, or they want a message system that's easy to use and that's fairly quick to use. So there's chat bots and there's different things that you could install, a little pop-up here in the corner that say, how can we help you, where they can put in a message. Some of it will be more of a support style where you will have to have someone that is sort of on a shift at all times. But there's ways to outsource that. There is, there's websites out there where for very limited amount of money, that sort of thing, the customer support, if you're a bigger company, can be outsourced in a way that is more cost effective. Maybe you don't have a huge staff complement and you personally don't want to be on call 24 hours checking if someone has messaged. Obviously, we can't do that. But there's different ways to work around that. The other thing that I would recommend, for instance, if you have more of a service offering, is book a call. There is different ways to put a little button on the website. So they can call you, but not just any time. They book at a certain time slot and you can decide, I'm going to actually take calls or speak to clients about different things every morning between 9 and 10, or making it every Tuesday, or you decide, and there's spots that they book, and then you give them a call at that time. They know you're going to call them. Everyone's prepared. It's almost like a little consultation that they book with you, where you can go through the pros and cons of your product and why they should buy from you, and they can get to know you a little bit more. So as we are in lockdown, and even after lockdown, we'll find that some clients are going to be too scared to go anywhere, or, they are still going to be not going to shops that often. So we will need to implement some ways for them to contact you and to keep that human connection. So that we can actually get over that barrier of why everyone has got a reason or a few questions or a few things why they decide, oh, this is not for me. And you need to address those things. If you are, let's say you're in the wine industry, make sure that they are able to purchase your product online in an easy way, and that the delivery is clear to them. What's the cost of delivery? At the moment, we're not able to sell alcohol in South Africa specifically. I don't know how the rest of the world, but you should already put in place mechanisms so that once that ban is lifted, people are going to be desperate for alcohol. So you must be ready, so that you are not the one wine farm that's not selling, while all the rest have got specials running and they've got huge boxes of wine going to customers, and you haven't actually implemented it. So also think of discounts, maybe a voucher that you could offer them if they order over a certain amount. So, because they now are going to try and stock up, because nobody knows. The government changed their minds so often that you want to stock up when you can, right? So that's the one thing. If you're selling internationally, obviously that is going to be limited right now, depending on the country you are in. But you should already start planning for when this is over. And the way we do business is going to change. The way we buy things are going to change. We're going to prefer someone delivered to us now, even if we used to go into a shop and buy, because of fear and different things. But we also, a lot of people had that they weren't really buying online that much, and now they have become used to it. So actually that's good for us online sellers, because that barrier of not being used to doing something is now being broken, because they are forced to do it. But also then keep in mind that you're now dealing with quite a larger number of consumers that maybe not as savvy in that buying online. So things must be clear, things must be simple and easy to understand. So that's the other thing. Notwithstanding, that's my English word for the day. Notwithstanding what your business is, on your homepage you need to clearly and quickly tell somebody who this is for. You must qualify your customer in a summary paragraph on your homepage. They must know when they get there, this is for your niche is XYZ. So that you don't get all these inquiries that actually is just wasting your time, wasting your resources, wasting your staff's time. When you could have just said this is for healthcare professionals only, blah, 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 then you won't get, thanks for that, like, then you won't get all this influx of inquiries for people that you don't actually want to help. If your service, for instance, that's something that I've seen bigger companies, their service is priced slightly higher. They're actually aimed at businesses. But now suddenly they're getting an influx of all these individuals inquiring about their product, but they cannot afford it, for instance. So then it's actually a good idea to say our packages start at X amount so that you can sift out all those small little people that you don't actually have time to now reply, sorry, we only help certain businesses, or our packages start at 5,000 Rand or $500. So you want to make it easier for yourself by automating certain things, by qualifying who, when someone gets on the website, who you service, what you do exactly, and your purpose must be clear in the text also. So that's what I'm going to be covering in the webinar next week. Because before we actually start with websites and logos and all that, you need to be clear, what is the purpose of my business? Why am I in business? It's not what you do and how you do it and what makes you better than the others, but it's why am I in business? Mindfield Design, yes, we do. We design websites and logos and brochures and business cards. But actually what our why is we believe that the message that our customers have on their website and their business cards should reflect and reveal their true heart, should tell their customers or their potential customers exactly who they are so that they can attract those that they really want to work with. So the same with Apple and IBM, they both sell computers, but why are certain customers buying an Apple versus a PC computer? It comes back to actually the why of they believe that their products should always be the most innovative, should be very well designed, and all their products stand for those qualities. So their customers also believe that. And they don't mind paying more for it. And they're not going to go for a PC or an IBM or a Dell or whatever, because it doesn't actually go with their values and why they believe in doing everything with excellence and always being the first to have something. You get what I'm saying. So we're going to cover actually how to work out your purpose in the webinar next week. Because sometimes we start our businesses 10 years ago, let's say we sell wine, that's great. But what makes you different from all the other wine farms around you? If it's a family business, it could be all those family values and working together, actually caring for the environment. All those things could be part of your purpose. But you need to then articulate that in such a way that it's clear to your customers, and so that anyone else that also subscribe to those values and that purpose will say, yes, I will buy from this wine farm instead of this one because I actually agree with them. I'm going to follow their posts on social media because I think they are great. And then you're actually attracting more of the people that you enjoy interacting with, that you enjoy selling to. But it could also be looking at, there's all kinds of things coming into play here. If you're selling to, you're selling in bulk or you're doing a bespoke service, all those, that message needs to be very clear so that you attract more of that customer that wants what you have. because actually you have something that someone else needs. But if you cannot actually explain it in the right way, they will not know that you do that, and you will not get that customer. Okay, back to websites. Let me have a look here and some examples. Let me know if you have if you have a website, if you have any questions, now would be a good time to ask them on your website. If you're let's say you're in tourism. Sorry, guys. My husband's in tourism, so obviously everything came to a halt. Accommodation cannot sell no hotels can operate, but this too will end. So you need to plan now. What will I do after this lockdown is over? How will I recoup that income that I'm losing right now? Is there a way to do this? So if you don't have an online booking system or an automated system online, now is the time to look at that. And also anything that, like for instance, consultations, there is ways to do this online. And retaining that one-on-one or personal connection. I'm sure you all know that, but there's more than Zoom. There's not only Zoom, there's more platforms to think of, and there's pros and cons for each platform. The other thing is a lot of websites that I see out there is almost like a brochure, right? You get there, this is who we are, nice pictures of what we do. It's almost like you go from one page to the next. It's like a brochure. We are now in 2020. You cannot only have a brochure, no more. People need more interactive things. They need to be able to actually interact with your website. They need to, it can't be static anymore. There needs to be, even if you just pull in, if you focus on Facebook or Instagram and you just pull in those posts into your website so that people can actually view them there, or that they can actually comment via Facebook on your website. It needs to go to the next level if you want to stand out from your competitors. So let me know if you need advice on your website. I can have a quick look, give you 3 points that I think that could be done better. I won't charge you for that. So please let me know in the comments. You can, even if you're watching the replay, put it down below the video and I will go and check later and I will reply to you. Please give me your website address and your name and what you do. Then I will have a little bit of background and I can go and have a look at your website. Sometimes you just need someone else to also have a look. Even if you have your own designer, that's fine. You maybe just need someone with an objective eye, with a little bit of technical knowledge to have a look at your website and give you some tips. So that's fine. I don't mind doing that. We need to help each other. So if you've just joined, I'm Mariana from Mindfield Design. My business, yes, we design websites and business cards and digital marketing material. But actually what we do is we believe that the message that you put out on all your marketing material should reveal your true heart and should attract that ideal client that you really want. It should minimize all those people that make you run around in circles all day for the least amount of money, and it should actually attract that person that you enjoy working with, doing the product or service that is your zone of genius. So that's what we believe. I'm going live every morning just after 9. It looks like it's going to be 911. So I'm going to try and do 911. We are in a very difficult time. So let's try for 911 every morning. Please join me for my lives. I'm going to be addressing a few things about branding, about business planning, strategy every morning. I'm doing it every morning for the next 7 days at least. It's probably going to go on, because once once you start something and you enjoy it, I'm thinking I'm going to do more, but let's just commit for 7 days. I think this is day 3. So we've got a few more days to do. I'll touch on a different topic every morning. Today was websites. So if you came in after, go and watch the replay where I've given some tips on what to look at on your website. But you can also put your website details in the comments below, and I will come back and I will actually have a look at your website and give you some tips. And please share. I've done some lives on the Mindfield Facebook page that you can actually share and send to some other business owners that you think might need this free advice. So please, if you wouldn't mind helping me with that, because in the end, I want to help as many people as possible. There are some business owners that are completely depressed. They are, every day that goes down that they are closed, they are getting in a bigger state. So let's try and all band together and let's help each other. If you have any advice, if anything I say, you are like, no, this woman is crazy, please tell me. Tell everyone in the comments you don't agree and why you don't agree. This is a two-way street. Sometimes something might not apply to your business. That's great. Then we want to hear it. And also, please join the group, or invite some of your business friends to join the group. We all have so many groups, but you can actually set the notifications to off if you don't want to see this the whole time in your feed. But I promise you there won't be that much going on. I'm going to go live once a day, and that's pretty much all you're going to see of me. So please join the group. There's also a link to subscribe to the webinar that I'm going to put below. So please subscribe to the webinar, join the group, and like the Mindfield page if you don't mind, so that you actually get the free advice in your stream in Facebook, so we can all uplift each other, and we can get through this. So I'm going to, let me just quickly get to that. I'm going to end off now. I'm hoping to see you again tomorrow, and I'm hoping to get some comments in the replay, and I would love to hear what you think. So I'm going to see you again tomorrow early morning.